We also have additional information and communications. As I mentioned before, we have writing prompts. We have based these on our baptismal covenant because we are working with Holy Baptism Liturgy, so that if you find yourself needing words for the annual giving season all of a sudden that reflect pastoral care or grief or joy or any sort of these concerns, we have stewardship-y words to get you started with whatever communications you might need last minute as you are agile and pivot into this evolving normal. We have vestry communications. As in previous years, we encourage your vestry members to pledge early so that you may communicate to your church that your leaders are all in with the annual giving. Additional information on this approach is highlighted here and, of course, available throughout our materials. Other communications that we have are an encouragement from your senior warden. This is essentially a reminder that your senior warden sends out right before the in-gathering Sunday to remind folks that this is happening, to bring their pledge cards, to make their pledges, and to show up, if you're available in the fall, to have a potluck or lemonade or coffee or hot apple cider. However it is that you're kind of going to come together as a community on in-gathering Sunday to celebrate who you are, where you are, and your faithful members. We have an acknowledgement from the treasurer. So we have two different ways that you send communications after pledge is received. First, you want to immediately, within 3 days, acknowledge that the pledge has been received. Quite often, this is the acknowledgement from the treasurer that says, "Dear Stephanie, thank you very much for your pledge of $100. This serves as your tax statement." But you want to say thank you to folks immediately. They're going to want to know that you got it, and they also want to know that the gratitude with which they gave their gift is also received in gratitude. This is a separate, this can be electronic, it can be a small card. Of course, it needs to be in an envelope if you send it by mail, because there will be an amount of the pledge on it that the person made. But it can be any sort of different communication. It is different from the thank you. The thank you comes later, depending on the size of your church and those who are in it who help you write thank you notes. And if you would like to talk more about how you can get these thank you notes written, we'll have a separate section on that later in our webinars. But this is a time to say thank you and the impact that gift is making. So two different acknowledgements, two different thank yous. One is immediate and one is more full. It comes a little bit later. We also have our reflections. This year, we're doing these a little bit differently. This year, we encourage you to reach out into your church community for personal storytelling. Previously, we have had folks from around the Diocese of Virginia and different churches write these. But this year, with everything that is going on, with this evolving normal, we encourage you to connect people, to reconnect people in this way. A template similar to the one you see here is available for One Together for you to use. Guidelines that you may send out to the folks who are participating are also included in the program. And I'll just tell you, I reference these particular reflections because I like to see my girls while I work and I like to see their artwork.